Imagine a reality where existence is defined by broadcast. A world where every meal is a performance, every travel destination is a backdrop, and every opinion is a press release. We live in the age of radical visibility. But amidst this noise, there are ghosts. There are people who choose silence. No status updates, no stories, no digital footprint. They observe from the shadows, or perhaps they don't look at all. When you meet someone like this, it's unsettling, isn't it? It forces a question. What does their silence say about them? And more uncomfortably, what does it reveal about you? What's up, everyone? You're watching Learniq Psychology. And today, we are dissecting the psychology of the digital ghost, the person who opts out of social media. This isn't just about being old-fashioned. It is a deliberate psychological stance that holds powerful insights into emotional intelligence, mental resilience, and human behavior. Stay with me until the very end, because the final psychological trait we uncover might just shatter your perception of why you feel the need to be seen. Why they avoid visibility. For many, it begins with fear. Not of people, but of reactions. They've seen how quickly attention changes relationships, friends growing distant, family teasing them about not forgetting us when you're famous, people whispering, you've changed. Slowly, their mind learns a simple survival rule. Visibility brings judgment. Judgment brings pressure. So maybe invisibility is freedom. Their lives remind us that being unseen doesn't mean being insignificant. It can mean being free. And maybe that's the first lesson they teach us. Measure your worth not by how visible you are, but by how authentic you are. What happens to the mind without social media? When you strip away the noise of social media, something fascinating happens to the human mind. A kind of reawakening. The mind, once pulled in 1,000 digital directions, begins to rediscover its natural rhythm. Thoughts deepen, emotions regain texture, creativity starts to bloom again. People who avoid social media often describe a stronger connection to their inner world, a relationship with their thoughts that feels more organic and alive. Without algorithms shaping their opinions, they become the true curators of their mental space, and in that autonomy lies a rare psychological freedom. Neuroscience, digital overload versus deep focus. Modern neuroscience backs this. Studies from cognitive research centers show that constant digital stimulation weakens our capacity for deep focus and introspection. Our attention becomes fragmented, and with it, our self-knowledge. But those who live outside that loop display higher levels of mindful awareness. Their minds are anchored, not constantly resetting with every scroll. This anchoring leads to what psychologists call psychological coherence, a sense that your thoughts, emotions, and actions line up. A feeling of being internally whole rather than split into multiple digital identities. Carl Rogers, the father of humanistic psychology, believed that real mental health comes from congruence, the harmony between who we are and how we present ourselves. By avoiding social media, many people are unconsciously protecting that harmony, not out of fear, but out of preservation. It keeps their inner and outer worlds aligned. The emotional landscape. But there's another layer, the emotional landscape. Many who avoid social media aren't anti-technology. They're simply highly sensitive to human energy. They feel how easily emotions spread online: anger, envy, insecurity. These emotional contagions are real, and research in effective neuroscience shows they trigger stress responses in the brain. Ever scrolled and felt drained afterward? Even if nothing bad happened, that fatigue is physiological. Those who stay away often do so to protect their emotional equilibrium. It's not avoidance, it's emotional hygiene, choosing peace over performance. Philosopher Byung-Chul Han once described modern society as suffering from the burnout of constant exposure. In that light, people who reject social media aren't escaping, they're choosing peace. Even in history, artists, writers, and thinkers withdrew from social noise for clarity. Thoreau at Walden, Nietzsche in the Alps, Rilke in Solitude. Their isolation wasn't emptiness, it was gestation, the lost art of solitude. Similarly, people who stay offline cultivate something the modern world has forgotten: the ability to be alone without feeling lonely. In solitude, intuition awakens, not the mystical kind, but the mind's deeper intelligence, a synthesis of emotion and experience that operates without noise. And noise is exactly what social media creates. Those without it create a sanctuary where intuition can speak. This shift creates a profound sense of presence, the ability to fully engage with the moment. Presence as a spiritual state. Presence is not just emotional, it is spiritual. It is the foundation of mindfulness, prayer, art, and authentic love. That's why people who reject social media often appear calmer, more grounded. Their attention isn't divided. Simone Weil said, "Attention is the rarest and purest form of generosity. And those who live offline give that generosity effortlessly simply because their mind is not always somewhere else. Meaning, purpose, and authentic connection. Psychologically, this reflects what Viktor Frankl called the will to meaning, the drive not for pleasure or power, but purpose. When people withdraw from superficial interaction, they instinctively search for something deeper, something that gives their life coherence. When they interact with others, they bring a rare calmness. They listen without rushing. They look you in the eye. They're not waiting for the next notification. They are there, the evolution of consciousness. To understand the psychology of people who reject social media, we must look beyond behavior into what this choice reveals about the evolution of consciousness itself. Because in a world where attention has become currency, choosing not to trade it is a quiet revolution. Their silence is not absence, it's presence. They're not invisible, they're simply tuned to a frequency you can't measure in likes. Psychologically, this reflects self-transcendence, the highest stage of human development in Maslow's expanded hierarchy. A stage where awareness shifts away from ego and toward truth, beauty, unity, and genuine love. Sanity in an insane world. Alan Watts once said, "No one is more dangerously insane than someone who is sane in an insane world." In a culture addicted to performance, those who choose stillness seem unusual, maybe even strange, but perhaps they're the truly sane ones. Peace comes from coherence. Fulfillment comes from understanding. And the deepest connections, with others, with the world, and with ourselves, begin when we stop broadcasting and start listening. So perhaps the real question isn't, why do some people hate social media? But why can't the rest of us imagine life without it? Because maybe detachment isn't withdrawal. Maybe it's wisdom, a final reflection. If this message resonated with you, just pause for a moment. Reflect. Ask yourself, what kind of silence has your mind been craving? Because in that silence, you may finally find something the digital world can never give you. Yourself. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Your little support on Patreon can really help me produce more amazing content. Until next video, keep learning.